Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac. Let's mix it up a little bit here today. Why don't we play as Judas? It feels like it's been an awful long time since we actually had to run as Judas. I play as Isaac so much, and then I random all the time, but that, you know, it happens so rarely, or not rarely, but infrequently, which are basically synonyms, I guess, now that I think about it. But the randoms happen so infrequently that if I random, like, the same character twice in a row, that can be, like, nearly a week of just watching, you know, Isaac, Cain, Maggie. So let's mix it up. Let's play as a character I enjoy a lot, but haven't played in a little bit of time here. And again, I should preface this by saying, or, you know, flesh this out a little bit by saying that I really like doing the Isaac and then X character rotation, and the reason for that is that as Isaac, you know, with the D6, there's all this pressure to constantly be re-rolling to get, like, the ideal possible permutations, which is true in, like, all aspects of Isaac. You know, the number one priority, of course, is always just having a good time, but the number two priority is make sure you get, you know, as positive items as you can. But, you know, it's nice to have that kind of pressure of the D6 kind of neutralized a little bit. That's not to say that a run as Judas, or Cain, or Maggie, or Blue Baby, for that matter, is any more casual than your traditional Isaac run, because, you know, oftentimes there are other pressures that are very annoying to deal with. Good, we got an HP upgrade there. What I was about to say is actually, you know, most of the time with other characters, I would leave that Spirit Heart, so we leave the floor, because it's less likely to, you know, be valuable for us until later. Plus, if I want to go to a curse room or something like that, I'm basically just throwing health down the toilet here. But as Judas, you know, without knowing that I would get that HP upgrade, it's nice to pick up that Spirit Heart so you have a little bit more survivability, and, you know, you can't just get, like, to hit twice on a room and then die. That being said, the Spirit Heart is basically meaningless to me at this point, and if I have the opportunity to give it up in order to get into a curse room, I absolutely will. Now, I know a lot of people out there, hearts just stopped and fingers started typing furiously about what a terrible Isaac player I am, but it is not Mom's Knife, it is Sacrificial Dagger. Also, a very, very useful item, but perhaps not as much of a game changer. Well, no perhaps necessary, not nearly as much of a game changer as Mom's Knife is, unless I can find some way to just constantly have it exactly the same place, tilted 90 degrees, and pointed directly in front of me to do massive damage to giant enemy crabs. That's probably not so funny. Am I dating myself? I wish. Look at this handsome devil. In any case, oh, kind of got trapped in there, but on the bright side now I have an excuse to go to a curse room without having to make up an excuse or a reason that I'm giving up my Spirit Heart. We're actually getting a decent amount of money on this floor, but unfortunately, we are not getting a decent amount of keys unless a decent amount means 0, in which case I feel bad for your academic career. But in any case, we're going to continue to move on here. No curse room. Possibly a secret room readily available, but I don't want to look for it on this floor because I always end up looking for the secret room on the first floor, wasting my existing bomb, and then sometimes costing myself some other benefits that I could get, like a tinted rock or, you know, other consumables that I can get as a result of that. So, first floor might seem like it was a little bit dubious, but, you know, in actuality, it's pretty good. It gave me everything I need as Judas. As Judas, your primary concern, getting more HP as soon as possible so that when things go a little shitty, you can still keep yourself alive. And that's exactly how things went on that floor. We didn't necessarily get any game-changing items, but the dog's breakfast itself, or just breakfast, I guess, which is dog food, sorry to get confused there, actually is potentially a game-changer. So it turns out I don't know what I'm talking about. So, we have an interesting situation here. We got Guppy's head, which I picked up and then put back down, up to sundown, see where the bad guys are to be found, and make them lay down. The Defenders of the West, crushing all pretenders of the West, don't mess with us, because it's amazing that I probably know the words to Wild Wild West better now than I did when I was in 5th grade. But in any case, we also found out where the secret room is. And then it's actually, we've got to be very careful here, because a single bomb could kill us. So don't go to Anarchist Cookbook. We're, actually, you know what? If I can... it's so risky, because if I get killed here, I'm going to be real sad. I really thought that might give me the opportunity to open up the secret room, is what I was thinking. But I didn't want to... Oh, we can't do it that way. Okay, so I just wasted a bomb. But I didn't want to go to the secret room, because it would have killed me, more or less, to get out. Or at the very least, I would have had to use my bomb to get out, walking in through the curse room. Now, if we get some extra health, I would like to actually go back, even though now, obviously, it's like the most inefficient way of making it happen. We'll figure out how to make it work, I guess. We could always walk into the curse room again, then walk from the curse room into the secret room, and then bomb our way out of the secret room. I believe that would work, but this is a very special case that doesn't come up all that often. Anyway, first things first, we've got other fish to fry here. Like picking up Whore of Babylon, which is going to be immediately useful, but probably, like, not useful until the end of the game, if at all, afterwards. I think we will be in, like, permanent Whore of Babylon state. Nope, you have to be at a half heart. Okay, well, that's good clarification to have, I guess, for when we're moving forward here. That was a little scary. Kind of surprised that there have not been more red hearts that have dropped right off the bat, or not even right off the bat, just like at some point over the course of this run. It's getting a little crazy. Normally you can rely on red hearts dropping, I don't know, maybe once every 4 rooms. I guess we've only been to like twice that, so we can't really be too surprised. A little disappointing though, but number 1 priority is hopefully securing an HP upgrade followed by an awesome deal with the devil, which is, you know, just standard operating protocol for the second floor of the game. The other thing is, you know, there may be a small contingent of people out there, or I may be making these people up. Obviously a little frightened about the way things are going here. That doesn't help me too much. There may be a small contingent of people out there who are like, Northernline, why didn't you take Guppy's head? Like, that can be a pretty valuable item. You're not wrong. Are you serious? Like, no hearts at all on this? Oh, there was a tinted rock back there. Okay, this is fine. I should still be able to beat Steven, but I definitely should have paid closer attention and opened up that tinted rock. That's maybe the largest mistake I've made in a long time that may end up making no difference, but could also be kind of a real pain in the ass. Now, of course, you know, the good news is, after we beat this boss, and we will beat this boss, I'm just trying to stay positive, we will get a decent upgrade. We also got a Spirit Heart, so if we fight Krampus, we should be able to survive. And we got Little Steven, so it's a solid item. None of these items particularly great. You might be saying, oh, you should take 9 lives. And you might be right, actually. If I take 9 lives, this puts me 1 item away from becoming Guppy, which is pretty impressive. Not impressive, I guess, necessarily, but, you know, it's nice. Let's see what we get in our Tinted Rock here. 1 Spirit Heart, and we also got the 2 cents here. I'm just gonna leave. Fuck the secret room for now. Mostly, I almost never take 9 lives, but I took 9 lives in this case because I know that we'd already picked up Guppy's head, so I thought maybe we would have an okay chance to become Guppy. Now, this can backfire on us pretty quickly. The other positive here, and I was thinking about this, even though it was just a little bit of a minor thing, because mostly I was concerned with my own survival when it came to picking up 9 lives, but I'm happy to have permanent Whore of Babylon, at least until I pick up another half heart, which I will try to avoid, which is why I won't even pick up Child's Heart yet. We'll definitely use a bomb here. I think Child's Heart just gives you increased red heart drops. It might actually, you know what, it might be a good idea to pick this up and then just, if there's a blood bank, then this could pay out very nicely for us. We might as well get it and get the cumulative effects as soon as possible. We're in kind of a weird spot here because obviously Caves XL. It's a big floor. We're going to need more keys than we have. I would love to be able to go to the shop. I would love to be able to go to both item rooms, but we're going to have to work that out for ourselves as we kind of move along here. Now, don't get hit by these guys. I don't know why. These guys are such a pain in the ass. I so frequently take damage against them when I feel like I shouldn't. Okay, we're not going to pick that up yet. The main thing is, we're basically back in like standard Judas territory here, which is scary. We don't have very much HP, but we have advantages over base Judas. For example, the extra damage that I have via Whore of Babylon, that kind of hurt a little bit, but that's fine. And, oh, there's no way to avoid that, so we're going to unfortunately lose Whore of Babylon state there. There's probably a way to work around that I just wasn't thinking of. This is a tricky-ish room. Why don't we use Book of Belial here? Anyway, and also 2/3 of the way towards becoming Guppy is nothing to sneeze at. It's actually very valuable. And if we can just find a curse room, there is a pretty decent chance that if we go to like every curse room over the remainder of the game, that we'll be able to make this happen for ourselves. We got a health upgrade, which normally I probably wouldn't have been so quick to take that pill, but I thought about it in this case, and I was like, well, you know, the odds of it being a bad pill are actually diminished based on the fact that we only have 1 HP, and it ended up turning out basically in the ideal circumstance that it possibly could. So we are now up to 2 hearts, which is better than 1 heart. That should be pretty obvious. I apologize for the incredibly salient, hard-hitting commentary here, but I'm trying to focus on what we need to move on here and actually have a chance to succeed. I think our chances for success are not necessarily super diminished compared to what they would have been at the start of the game. Like, has the run gone better or worse than average so far? Probably better, and there's big potential. Might as well get full health, I guess. There's big potential for things to go amazingly if we are able to become Guppy. That's one of the largest increasers in terms of like the odds of us beating the game that I could possibly think of. Gives you the ability to fly, also the ability to generate flies, which do a ton of damage in their own right, and also scale with your existing damage, which is, of course, perhaps the most positive benefit of all. Initially, it's like, oh, the ability to fly, that's awesome, but the damage from the flies, especially if you have the high damage tiers in your own right, are probably the most important thing from at least a boss killing standpoint. So this is good. We came across a blood bank. Good for 3 obvious reasons, I guess. Gives us money, puts us back in that permanent Whore of Babylon state, and also allows us the opportunity to get that HP plus speed upgrade. So with Child's Heart, we have a lot of kind of ammunition for this that we can use. Now, I've got to enjoy it for now, because it may be possible that I won't be able to play this blood bank for long, because I can only really afford to play it while I have these spirit hearts to kind of back myself up with. We are fighting greed, which is disappointing, but you know, extra money. Also probably an extra loss of health, which sucks, but sure, you know, shit happens. Fight greed now, don't fight him on the next floor in all likelihood. Kind of sucks, because this is the first floor we've actually been able to go to the shop on, and, you know, we wasted our last key for it, and sadly we have 25 cents and nowhere to spend it now. So be it, though. We will come up here. This should be a dead end if I've done my Isaac cartography correct, and it's a tarot card we can't get to. So, not a great floor so far, but we are probably coming to the point where we'll know where those item rooms are at the very least, and with 3 bombs, it's a theoretical possibility that I could bomb my way into them. We'll pick up this red heart for now. We won't give it up yet. It pays to be prudent in these situations with the blood bank. I think, at least. There have been situations, even fairly recently, where I've been a little bit too aggressive with my blood bank play and probably contributed very negatively, maybe like the biggest negative factor to actually losing the run. So it's a little risky. We have 2 pills here. We don't know what this one does. It's pretty fly. I'm very glad I took that, even if this one turns out to be awful. Which it didn't. It was just not very good. We get another key. This is a weird situation. Do I want to fight the bosses right away, or do I want to go back and maybe... I don't know, look for the item room? I'll fight the bosses right away. It's pretty unlikely that we'll run into exceptionally difficult bosses. I mean, obviously, Little Chad, not the easiest boss in the game, but he's far from the most difficult either. You know, we could be fighting the Fallen or something right now. You know, we could get a deal with the devil. We fight Krampus. Krampus is probably a little bit more difficult than Chad, sorry. Well, basically, effectively the same thing from a boss fight perspective, although Chad spawns different kind of attack flies, I guess. Be a little cautious here. Okay. That's bad damage, and I am now out of spirit hearts, which inhibits me. Oh, this is actually pretty scary now. Inhibits me from playing the existing blood bank, but otherwise that's okay. So we're just gonna leave and replenish our health a little bit. And do I fight the boss right away? I don't know. I might rather just get some HP and then kind of look around, because that fight went fairly worse than I expected. I suppose we could also just be super aggressive and play the shit out of that blood bank, and even if I die like 2 times, we can get an HP upgrade, and maybe that'll be worth something because I have 9 lives and I can afford it, but I guess that seems like kind of a waste because I already got that HP upgrade on this floor, so I'd just be throwing that away to get an HP upgrade, along with some money that I may or may not get the opportunity to use. Man, okay. Not going very well so far. Then again... we do have, I thought for sure I was going to die there. We do have 9 lives, so even if I die here, it's not the end of the world. Thank God we got that heart. We also have Little Chad, you know, so I should be getting more hard drops as well. Holy Water, shitty item. In fact, I may actually not pick it up in this case. You might be saying, why not? It turns one of our followers into Brother Bobby, and I actually prefer to have Little Steven than Brother Bobby. So I think we'll go with that. I don't know if it would change Little Chad into Brother Bobby, that might be useful, but... I'm never sure if that's a glitch or what as well, but anyway, that's why I'm not going to take Holy Water. The other reason why I'm not taking Holy Water is because, you know, it might not turn something into Brother Bobby, even though I'm pretty sure it does, but in addition to that, it's just not good enough to take the risk. If it was like, if it had the effect of like a blue candle or something like that, of course I would probably go for it, but because Holy Water is already really bad in its own right, it's not a huge deal to avoid it, I think. And, you know, on the bright side, we also ended up... getting another key on the room immediately preceding the Holy Water, so it's not like I won't be able to go to the other item room. And we really would like the other item room to be substantially more useful than the one that we just went to, but you can't always rely on that. Of course, it can't really get much worse, but we'll see if it gets any better. That was bad damage to take. I'm not very pleased with myself for that one, but I can, okay, neutralize you a little bit at least. And we've only got 1 more left now. So we do have a library. This is a room that could potentially be interesting, especially now that I have a second key. But I'm probably going to... oh, don't do what I do. I'm probably going to keep this key in order to use it in the shop on the next floor. At least that's, you know, my best laid plans. We don't know what that pill... well, actually, we do know what that pill is. Oh, it's like just full of dubious fucking items here. The rosary would likely keep me alive, but it also means that the Bible is going to show up in like every shop for the remainder of the game. So let's start with our pill here. This is I found pills. Alright, we'll take that. Do I give myself a very good chance of beating this boss without taking any hits at all? No, I do not. Now, we gotta be pretty cautious here. I went to this room just to see if some red hearts would drop. It's a possibility for sure. Okay, we got half of a red heart. I feel reasonably okay about going to fight whoever this boss is now. Certainly, things are not going fantastically so far. Talk about striking out on both item rooms. There's probably a realistic case to be made that the rosary could be alright, but I'm not going to go with it simply because it would ruin shops for us for the remainder of the game in all likelihood, or at least, you know, ruin one shop. Oh, of course, after saying, like, well, at least we're not fighting the Fallen, now we're fighting the fucking Fallen. And there's going to be the first bit of damage I've taken. This is not a very good situation to be in. The good news is, if and when I die, which is a fairly strong theoretical possibility here. Well, first let's talk about the positives. If I don't die, what happens? Real good shit. We get a free Deal with the Devil Room item, which could be a Guppy item. And actually, it's looking okay now. Could be a Guppy item, which could turn us into Guppy. It's not. It's actually Sister Maggie, which is, I guess, fine. Well, never mind. We don't need to go through the worst case scenario now because we actually lived. Shitty floor. I don't really want to go back and play that blood bank anymore. That was a really, really bad floor. And now we're on Necropolis, so things only get easier from this point. And again, this is one of those times where, you know, things start to look dire, and then I go and I look back in our run and think, what could I have changed to put myself in a better position for now? Not to say that this run is over by any stretch of the imagination, because it's not. We're, again, one Guppy item away from being in an okay position. Not being on Necropolis would have helped us out an awful lot, though, I will admit that. Oh, God, these motherfucking masks are the most annoying enemies in the goddamn stratosphere. Okay, we did... First off, I apologize for that sentence making, like, basically 0 sense. Thank God we've got Child's Heart and Little Chad here. Hopefully we won't need them for the entirety of the game. I mean, we're going to stick with Little Chad for the entirety of the game because we have no choice, but... okay, we're back to full health. It's kind of shocking how quickly that changes. But anyway, what would I have changed? Honestly, would it have made a big difference if I had not taken 9 lives? Yeah, it really could have, and it's one of those things you probably expected me to say no on that one. I was trying to build a moment, really. You know, much like my favorite actor, Nicolas Cage, tries to build moments on a regular basis, and I'm not just saying that because he's my uncle. We don't know what this pill does, and that frightens me. We know that this is a shop or a library. It is a, well, obviously we know at this point it's a shop. I was just trying to think of the right name here. And we have a Wheel of Fortune card, which I'm going to pop down, largely because there can only be one shop remaining for the rest of the game. Obviously, the Spirit Heart is a tempting purchase as well. But what I was going for here is, we might as well put down the Wheel of Fortune card to win some keys, and we ended up winning some keys out of it, which is pretty nice. Do I buy the Spirit Heart? I don't want to buy it just yet, because I still want to go to Curse Rooms if at all possible. I guess we should see what the pill does. Tears Up. Okay, in case that was a health downgrade, then I probably would have gone for the Spirit Heart. We're going to play this until we get down to 15 cents, I suppose, just to be on the safe side. Hey, another Pretty Fly. This slot machine has ended up being pretty good, actually. 5 cents plus like another 10 popped into it. We got an orbital as well as enough keys to go to the item rooms for the remainder of the game. Okay, we got one more play because there's another penny over here. And that'll do it. Wow, fair enough, you know? Sometimes somebody up there likes you, and that seems to be how that went down right there. Full suite of orbitals is definitely positive, but could be better. I mean, it can't be better than a full suite of orbitals, but we could have better items than a full suite of orbitals at this point is what I mean. It's not like you can get 4 orbitals as much as I would like to. Thank you, by the way, orbitals, for allowing me to not take damage there when I probably deserved to because I dodged right into it. Now, just keep backing it up a little bit, and then we'll kill this guy. Should we fight the boss right away? I think, you know, we're unlikely to get too much stronger than this. I know that, you know, it's easy to be critical of me, and this is not me saying woe is me. I understand most of my faults, I would say. I'm not blind to them by any stretch of the imagination. But you've got to admit, I've been getting kind of shit on from at least a boss difficulty standpoint over a lot of this run. Little Chad, or sorry, regular version of Chad, not a big deal. But of course, fucking Mask of Infamy and the Fallen when I only had 1 heart. Mind you, only having 1 heart was indeed, I guess, my own fault. And of course, this is, we fought Mask of Infamy recently, but we had Robo Baby, which made it a little bit more plausible. Whereas now, we're just kind of rolling with not piercing shots, no Mom's Knife, nothing to break through his thick shell, and only 3 bombs as well. So, Yeah, it's a little bit of a frustrating situation. I'm basically just kind of kiting him around here until, I guess until little Steven does enough damage to kill him, which is going to take basically 100 years. Every time I hit him, it probably does a decent amount. Ah, come on. Well, I think I've done fairly well so far regardless. There we go. That actually went pretty well. We also got to deal with the devil, which is just nonsense at this point. What happens if I take Guppy's Paw? This may ruin the run, and if it does, I apologize for it. If I take it and it fucks it up drastically, but I have to know. Oh, come on! I want to become Guppy. I want my name to be Spaghetti. And of course, worth noting here, again, absolutely dog shit item. That's another thing that's been kind of fucked on this run. Item rooms have been pretty bad, and boss rooms, they've been okay. We got that HP upgrade on the first floor. We also got an HP upgrade pill, which I can't complain about bad luck for, obviously. But apart from that, it's been a little difficult. I don't think I've played especially well on this run, but I also don't think I've played especially poorly. I think I'm doing worse than my play should dictate, if that makes sense. I got very lucky there. The nice thing about orbitals that sometimes goes unsaid is that if a mask runs into you when you have orbitals up, by the way, I thought for sure the orbitals would block that shot, but if the mask runs into you when you have orbitals up, then it just backs away. Like, it kind of just gets staggered for a second and you can make your escape, which is really nice. Okay, another key, which is good, but we need something to happen sooner rather than later. The bean, probably not that item that I was looking for to really turn things around here. And that's pretty much going to do it for this floor, which is a sad state of affairs. Obviously tempted to use a key to play that fortune teller, but maybe it's just in my best interest to use a bomb here, and we'll open this golden chest. And we're really hoping for the best at this point, but oh, it's a little scary. We're really, like I said, we're really hoping for the best at this point, and we're probably against all odds with our Hail Marys here, but we gotta give it a shot anyway, right? Well, we got 3 red hearts. If we end up coming across an arcade, there is a theoretical chance that could be an HP plus speed upgrade, both of which would be pretty useful at this point. We got another I Found Pills, not particularly useful. World card doesn't do anything for us on this floor, but on the next floor or future floors could be valuable. And here is our saving grace. It's pretty unlikely, maybe impossible, but that's a BizSnap question, to find Guppy's Paw in this curse room. But it is a theoretical possibility, I think, to come across Guppy's tail. Is it likely? Certainly not. But, well, actually we got the Pact, which is also pretty awesome. And we found the secret room for the second time. This time I will make sure that I'm able to bomb my way in. So getting the Pact there, obviously a huge benefit for us. Remember when I used to not go to curse rooms? That was silly. Eventually I just got yelled at enough that I internalized that usually they're actually pretty good. Well, usually they're not good, but they're good, or the proportion of good ones is good enough that it's worth taking like 5 or 6 bad rooms just to have the possibility of getting something like a free Pact, for example. Which is not a game-changing item right now, but can be something that will, you know, very much improve our chances of success. So one thing's for sure, I'm glad I didn't just leave this floor when I got to the item room. I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, this floor is shitty, we should just go. But I was actually thinking, you know, there's a curse room available somewhere, maybe I'll be able to become Guppy. We didn't become Guppy, but we did get a free, good deal with the devil item, which is, well, beyond acceptable for sure. So, oh, well, that's pretty dumb of me, but still. We're basically good to go, I would say. I'm trying to think, like, if I buy that spirit heart from the shop, could I then go, if the deal with the devil is still there? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. This might sound especially stupid. It may be especially stupid, but I know there's a fortune teller back here. Maybe one more down. Okay. I'm gonna try to win. That sucked. I'm gonna try to win 3 spirit hearts. Maybe 4 would be for the best, because I may lose one walking out of here. And we're only gonna go to 15 cents, but this is my Hail Mary to be like, you know, if you give me 3 spirit hearts, then maybe I can go back and buy Guppy's Paw from that deal with the devil, if it still exists. Which it almost certainly doesn't. Okay, well, you know, we were reimbursed for our time there. And I didn't get hurt on the way out. So we actually gained a spirit heart and a key, and maybe a little bit of health as well. Not sure about the money situation. I believe this is the shop. So, you know what? I am going to come in here and I'm going to buy this spirit heart just on the off chance that it will let me buy the deal with the devil for 3 spirit hearts, like 2 spirit hearts and a red heart or something. I don't know. We had like half a spirit heart when we walked in last time. Of course, this, you know, is predicated on the necessity that it would actually be there in the first place, which it's not. So, you know, that was kind of shitty, but I guess in hindsight, the best possible scenario would have been for us to play those fortune tellers, not fortune, yeah, they were fortune tellers. Play the fortune tellers earlier so that we can get to 3 spirit hearts as soon as possible, and then, you know, walk into the deal with the devil, and then I would have been able to buy Guppy's Paw and become Guppy. But seriously, you can't act like that's something that happens all the time. Is like the item you need exactly is in a deal with the devil, but it's for a resource that you don't have, and the resource is spirit hearts. It's a rarity that would happen, so I don't feel too bad about it. I'm going to look for the secret room. I don't know what this pill is, but I believe this was the pill that was a health upgrade, which means that, as of right now, it could be a health downgrade. Oh, it was a tears upgrade. Okay, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about, clearly. Do we, just pop the world card? I think we could. By the way, if people are wondering why I don't pick up Cat and Ninetails, that's, an absolute, like, hearsay from me, or the reason behind that is absolute hearsay from me. I know that BizSnap doesn't pick up Cat and Ninetails, so I don't pick up Cat and Ninetails. You know, fake it till you make it. You emulate one of the best. I don't want to say the best, because then people start arguing about, oh, it's Cobalt Streak's actually the best. BizSnap, herp the derp. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. This is the depths part 2. Don't go fight the boss right away. That would make me one of the worst, probably. Do I use the world card here, or do I use it on the next floor? It's probably better to use it on the next floor. Yeah, if I used it here, I would only be looking for the secret room, which, you know, is valuable, but we already have money. We already have enough keys to open everything up. It's fairly unlikely that it would be more valuable to use it here than use it on the Womb Part 1, for example. I am kind of amazed that we're still alive after what has been a run of a decent amount of hardship and strife. No question about it. Not to mention, we're Judas, and we've gotten 2 HP upgrades. One of them we traded in effectively with our whole 9 lives scenario. Really hope there's a curse room on this floor. I really want another chance to get Guppy's tail, I guess. I was just thinking about it, and actually, like, Guppy's paw is not useful for me at all, really, unless I get a staggering amount of HP upgrades on this floor. Guppy's tail, probably not useful either, but maybe more useful than Guppy's Paw, because I want to stick with Book of Belial anyway. I guess I could just pick up Guppy's. If I get it for free, I don't care which one I get, I suppose, because I could just pick up Guppy's Paw and then put it back down and not quote all of Wild Wild West for once. Not the movie, that would be crazy. Maybe next year I'll work on that, but, you know, in a cosmic sense, don't we all live the Wild Wild West all the time over here in North America? Wiki Wild Wild West, Western Hemisphere. Pretty crazy. Not really. I'm oftentimes lazy. Okay, we got the Spelunker's hat, which is, you know, basically shitty X-ray goggles. That should tell you how I feel about that item. I mean, we're 660-ish episodes in. You probably don't need me to tell you how I feel about items at this point. Unless this is your first time watching, in which case, I'm sorry that you found me so downtrodden and Wild Wild Westy. Certainly, we're going to buy the Nun's Habit here. It's a great item. Synergizes very well with Book of Belial. If, oh, we also have a curse room. This is potentially pretty interesting. Alright, we got flies. Not that useful, I guess. The good news is... Okay, first off, let's finish off this room before I talk about what the good news is, because I'd hate to be like, the good news is, oh shit, I'm dead. Why even start that conversational thread? The good news is, this is a pretty realistic potential for me to go to that boss room. Boss trap room. The boss room should be a foregone conclusion at this point. But the boss trap room, you never know. HP upgrade, damage upgrade, pentagram. We'll see. It's an HP upgrade. That's extraordinarily useful. The unfortunate part is that I really don't feel confident using Book of Belial here, because our only available room beyond this is our boss room. So I don't really want to use Book of Belial now, when I'd rather just use it at the start of the Mon fight. The good news is we do enough damage that, you know, not using Book of Belial doesn't necessarily preclude me from having a good boss fight here. And the other boss is going to be Peep, of course, who is, in all honesty, probably a little bit easier than Chub. Especially if you can fly, then Peep is substantially easier than Chub, I would say. It does to a certain extent depend on your attributes. I've been kind of struggling from a... Oh, that was really bad. I've been sort of struggling from a speed standpoint, so that's why Chub is a little scary for me. I haven't gotten a speed upgrade over the course of the entire game. Not that that's a major concern, I guess. I did not go to the secret room, so I should go check that out now. There's a pretty... Oh, there's no chance, actually, that we will find greed in there. Never mind. Clearly, I don't know what I'm talking about. So, inside of this, we have the unicorn horn, which I could have used for some purposes, but now there's just no point. What could I have used it for? Well, I could have used it to fight in the boss trap room, I guess, because I'm not going to use Book of Belial there anyway. I don't need to build up a charge for it. Interesting run so far. We'll see how this is going to work for us. I don't know what I can really do with this fortune teller. And can I do anything with this golden chest? Where's my world card? Did I really leave it back here? To use the stars card? I totally did. Okay, so let's wander back over here. I apologize if this is taking a second here. Shit happens, though, of course. I should be able to get this world card. That'll save me a little bit of backtracking on the next floor. Even if you're not a fan of my play, you've got to admit that in spite of the fairly shitty items I've gotten so far, it's been an okay run from a play quality standpoint. We still have 9 lives. That's going to be the frustrating part, is when I die and completely find myself in a, like, shellacked position, I'm just going to have to continue to try not to die 8 times in a row in futility. And again, that's not just me fishing for compliments. That's me saying, like, on the average run, I have a lot more advantages than this, and sometimes I do less well than I'm doing right now. So I'm relatively pleased with my play. I think it's satisfactory, even though I think we have a fairly low chance of success. Is it worth a bomb and 2 keys to open a golden chest? I don't really think so. I also don't think it's worth a key and money to play that slot machine. We're up against Red Mom, which is typically the easiest version. I say as I immediately take damage. That was just because I didn't notice which direction the rocks were in. The hard part about the Red Mom fight is the kind of unexpected triple shots coming out from the walls, as you can see. But since I do have a full suite of orbitals, even if I don't manage to dodge them, I should have, you know, maybe like a 40% chance to block them. But as long as you keep moving, you already, like, minimize your chances of getting hit pretty substantially. We're almost done. Never mind. We are done with this fight. We get Squeezy, which is, again, it's like a shot speed upgrade as far as I can remember, even though it says Tears upgrade. But the 2 Spirit Hearts are too good for me to pass up at this point. So, down to the Womb Part 1. Not worth using the world card yet. The longer we can hold on to this, the better. And there actually is a curse room that I can get to right away, which contains 2 red chests, pills, and pills. Okay. We don't know what this is. Friends till the end, that's fine. Another pretty fly, worthless. Health down, not interested. I found pills. Well, in hindsight, not the greatest curse room of all time, but this whole ordeal could, there go all of my Spirit Hearts, by the way. But this whole ordeal could be made better by the fact that maybe it's putting me closer. Am I really, we're gonna go with that conjugation now. It could have put me closer to the boss room. Now, there is an Eternal Heart here. That's effectively an HP upgrade, so I am not gonna pick that up just yet. We got 2 more pills. This one's Tears up. Okay, I like that one a little bit better. This one, we don't know. Health up. Okay, that's really good news, actually. So far, so I'm liking the Utero 1. Utero 1. In Utero 1. Nirvana, number 1. Kurt Cobain, number 1 fan. Ludacris sang number 1 spot. Tears upgrade, number 1. Anyway, we could do that for way too long. Robert Wagner, number 2 in the Austin Powers movies. Classics. Okay, oh, we did find the boss room right away. This is, in all honesty, probably in like the top 5% of like late game floors you could ask for. Theoretically, 2 HP upgrades, already went to the curse room, found the secret room, relatively easy boss, saved our world card, and we're you know, not going to take very much, if any, damage beyond the spikes on the curse room walls. And Triachnid is just taking it on the chin here, which I appreciate a great deal, because most of the time when I fight Daddy Longlegs, I'm just irritated constantly. And we got another HP upgrade, so we are going to check out our Deal with the Devil room here. And, of course, we have Lord of the Pit and the Spirit of the Night. We'll take Spirit of the Night, which gives us the added benefit of the Spectral Tears, of course. And we'll still have more HP than we started with when we come down here. So this is kind of like hedging our bets, because at this point, the odds of us getting Guppy are pretty unlikely. So far, so good, though. Yeah, that was a genuinely awesome floor. Now, Utero 2, we may not be so lucky, or we may be exactly as lucky as we find the secret room basically exactly right off the bat again. Whether or not this turns out well for me, we'll see, but as is, got to internalize, this is important, that I have the ability to fly. When you spend like the whole run not having the ability to fly and then you suddenly get it, sometimes it's easy to forget that you have it. Are you fucking kidding me? So I basically, you know, again, in knowing now, if I had known then what I know now, I certainly would not have paid 2 hearts for either Lord of the Pit or Spirit of the Night. But there's no way we could have possibly imagined, in all likelihood, in any likelihood, of us getting Transcendence for free in the secret room. If I had proposed that to you, you would have called me a fucking idiot. If I was like, hey, I'm not gonna pick, okay, we'll get friends till the end. I'm not gonna pick up any of these items because it's a theoretical possibility that we'll get a free ability to fly later. That would be dumb. That would be a very silly mistake for me to make. Let's go fight Mom's Heart because we're already here, and then we'll get ready to use our world card on almost certainly the cathedral, because if we don't, then we've got some interesting scenarios awaiting us. So I'm in an unfortunate position here. That was really bad. I'm in an unfortunate position here because I don't think I can really afford to use bombs to fight Mom's Heart. I only have 2 of them. This has been one of the least bomb-rich runs I think I've ever had, or at least that I've had recently. There have probably been runs where I've had 0 bombs at this point, but they happen so rarely. Usually, you probably use like 1 to 2 bombs per floor, looking for secret rooms, blowing up tinted rocks, etc., and you usually get like probably 3 to 5 bombs per floor, ignoring, you know, items that you can get like bombs that give you like homing bombs, poison bombs, etc., yeah, in this case we were not so lucky, and that's fine. One thing I did want to point out, just so you remember, is that we do have 4 of Babylon. It's extremely unlikely that I'll ever get a chance to make it work at this point, but we have it. So that's that. It would have been very nice. That was one of the few items that we got from an item room that may actually be very useful for us, but unfortunately we haven't really found ourselves in a likely position to be able to use it. Mom's Heart's dead. The world card is useless. It's kind of really unfortunate how things have gone for us here, because we're only, oh, that was real close. And I mean this sincerely, we're only an item or 2 away from having a winning run, but it's so unlikely that we get them at this point because of the kind of advanced position that we're in this game. So, in all likelihood, I'm just going to end up dying like 9 times against Isaac, because I think when I respawn after using, after dying with one of these 9 lives, I'll respawn with like 1 heart, which is, you know, not particularly strong. At the very least, I'm pretty sure I'll respawn without 4 hearts. Sometimes, you know, 9 lives gets a little finicky, though, in a good way. Like, it may actually work out better than expected. But I would be surprised if that was the case. Oh, okay, thank you, Orbital, for blocking that. And we have another pill, another pretty fly that is totally useless for us. And the world card, which you don't need me to point out, but is also totally useless for us. So Daddy Longlegs, basically the same as the second to last boss that we fought, except I'm not going to feel comfortable using Book of Belial to fight him, just in case we have the boss room right around the corner. Since we can't really see what's going on, it's a possibility that would happen. Like, we don't have vision on our map right now. Yes, we're in dire straits right now. Oh, the game's like, don't unlock that. You can just open it up by flying over. This is what I mean. It's good to internalize that you can fly over things. And we actually have another curse room. This is like seriously and sincerely our last-ditch effort at getting this guppy item, which at this point, you know, it'll cost us 1 spirit heart because we can fly to go in there. And I may as well use Book of Belial because we're going to get hit once, which will, you know, make it very likely that I'll be able to use Book of Belial on a future room. But it's we really need to get a guppy item in here, or just an amazing deal with the devil item, like a pentagram or a mom's knife or something. Theoretical possibilities again, but unlikely. It's another pretty fly. Okay, amazing. So, in here we have a red chest. The red chest contains 2 pills. One of them is a pretty fly, just comical at this point. The other one, friends to the end. Not quite good enough, but it exists. I guess I might as well take that friends till the end pill right away. Like so. And apart from that, we'll just leave. It's a bad situation. We're probably going to end up dying like 9 times in a row here. So that's another pretty fly. I don't think there's any point at which that could become useful. Sometimes, you know, it's okay to hold on to those pretty fly pills, because maybe you have a 2nd level cube of meat, and then if you fight another enemy that's, or another horseman of the apocalypse, then you get a 3rd level cube of meat, and you'll want that pretty fly to replace the orbital that's now gone. Not in this case, though, because it's not like we're going to get anything to replace our existing orbitals. Okay, that was weird. We had kind of like a cacophony of instrumentation there. Both secret rooms have now become visible to me. Well, not visible, but I have to know where they are, considering where the doors are on this level. So we'll check them out. You know, that's probably our best use of our bombs at this point. This is in all likelihood our primary secret room, where we get Dad's key, which is not nearly as good as Book of Belial, and I'm not even going to pick it up. And in our 2nd secret room, we get Flat Penny, which I can't take with me if I want to go to the chest, which is already an unlikelihood. But we might as well, if we're going to play this far, we might as well dream big, right? There is a tinted rock here, which possibly could contain the keys to my salvation if it has, like, spirit hearts in it, basically. 1 spirit heart is better than 0, I guess. And I feel like we've explored basically the entirety of this floor, but in all actuality, we probably have at least... Oh, there's such a poor dodge. We probably have, like, at least half of it to go. At this point, you know, being realistic, I would be pretty pleased if I was, well, I'd be very pleased if I was able to beat the game, but I would be pretty pleased if I was able to at least get to Isaac, and then if I could beat Isaac, I would consider that, like, an enormous coup for us, because I really don't think, in the terms of the quality of our items, that's where our potential should lie. It should, this is probably more of like a mom's heart run, I think, for me on average. Better players maybe could do more with it, but, let's see what we get here. We get another pill. It's I found pills. How many of those do we get over the course of this game? Like, I found pills and Pretty Fly just constantly. Monstro 2. This is why I guess this is one of the reasons that you don't take Cat of Nine Tails, because it can put you in a situation where you get more knockback, and as a result of getting more knockback, you make it more likely that you're going to get hit by these, or you're gonna hit Monstro 2 into a situation where he's more likely to kind of bump into you, or you're more likely to bump into him, if that makes sense. So, we played chicken with him a little bit, and won. We're up to 5 keys, which is valuable if we ever make it to the chest, which is looking exceptionally unlikely at this point. Just at least survive to the room where you have Isaac, so you can die 9 times on him, and get, you know, have yourself a Merry Little Christmas and also a Bill Murray type Groundhog Day situation. Sure, let's do this. I'm not gonna use Book of Belial because I think it's better to save it. Here's the thing: 99% sure we're gonna die on this first fight, and that's fine because we have many more to go. But I'm saving it just in case we have extra HP that I had not considered. Like I'm betting that I'm going to respawn with 1 heart, and if that's the case, then it doesn't matter. But if I respawn with like 3 hearts, which I did not, then it would have been better to use Book of Belial then, because I could at least get like 2 plays out of it instead of just 1. And oh, that is the worst. All right, so this is where this run ends. Let's be honest. There's a very, very small chance that I managed to take out Isaac here, and if it's gonna be frustrating for you to watch me die 6 times in a row, then I apologize. You know, would it have been better for me if I hadn't taken 9 lives? I thought I'd found the ultimate rhythm there. It may have been better for me if I had not taken 9 lives, but it would have only been slightly better. I would have only had 1 other HP, or 1 more HP upgrade over the course of the entire thing. And in fact, I may have had 1 less HP upgrade over the course of the entire thing, because remember, that health upgrade pill only was a health upgrade. The one that I got right after taking 9 lives was only a health upgrade because I had so little health when I took it. So it's possible we would have been at exactly the same position from a health standpoint. I would have just had, you know, 8 less chances to succeed on this boss fight. So I still think that was maybe the right decision, and if I had become Guppy, it would have been definitely the right decision. But we actually do have Book of Belial left now, amazingly enough. But this was a run where, at least with my skill level, I don't think we were destined to succeed on this one. And I'm not trying to kill myself. It's just like when I dodge, I get hit. When I stand still, I get hit. I don't really know what to do. I try being close. I try being far away. This is going to be our last life here, and there's pretty much 0 chance that we have any chance of success here. But so be it. You know, again, shit happens. I thought we put up the old college try here, and I played it with a little bit of a different style than I often do play with. And did it work out for me? For a while, it looked like it possibly could, but in the end, it didn't. Also, really shitty item rooms for like 5 rooms of the game. But as always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Thank you for your comments, and of course, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure to show your support in the form of clicking the like button. It does help a lot. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more Binding of Isaac videos in the future. I imagine there will be some. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time.